If you hate things like a small town charm, stunning scenery, and affordable living, then, well, this town is probably not for you. If you are looking for something that's established with all the amenities and a hopping nightlife, this city will not meet your expectations yet. And yet is being the key word here. The more time I spend in this city driving around, exploring its small town charm, talking to its residents, the further I fall in love with it. And visiting this quaint downtown area with coffee shops, breweries, and the Pendleton Mill, and a few restaurants, you'll get to experience the small town charm. Have I piqued your interest yet? Well, hopefully so. I'm Cassandra Marks. I'm a farmer here with a wee little real estate problem. And as a transplant myself, I want to take you on an adventure discovering the beauty of the Pacific Northwest here in Clark County. So today we are going to chat over the pros and the cons to Washougal and talk honestly about my time and my experiences in and around the Washougal area. And it's a place you might be considering as a city to call your next home. So let's just jump straight into it. All right, so let's start with the pros because I am feeling this positive vibe right now. So living in Washougal means being surrounded by some of the most breathtaking natural landscapes in the Pacific Northwest. All right, so the access to the Columbia River and the Columbia River Gorge is literally right there. And this city is kind of known as the gateway to the gorge. So Washougal is just literally a stone's throw from world famous hiking trails, waterfalls, outdoor adventures, like all sorts of really cool things. And it has abundant green spaces and some parks that are perfect for enjoying nature in the area are like the Steigerwald Lake National Wildlife Refuge, where you can check out tons of different animals, and it's definitely a great place for bird watching. Also, Captain William Clark Regional Park is a great place to hang out and enjoy the beautiful Columbia River itself, or just heading down the Washougal River for a dip. It kind of runs through town and you can go to the famous kind of sandy swimming hole down there. Pretty awesome. Washougal also has many picturesque views with homes offering views of the river, the mountains, rolling hills. I mean, just about everything, making every day feel like a postcard. Tons of farms, farmland. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Number two, pro to Washougal is that it has a tight-knit community, and that small town vibe really helps people find and be friendly neighbors. It's unusual to find people that are not waving as you drive by, or like they'll kind of strike up conversations at the coffee shop. Just people are so nice. There's plenty of community events, from the Washougal Festival Parade of Lights to movies in the park, outdoor concerts, holiday celebrations, and more. So there's no shortage of ways to connect with others within the community. And the local community also comes out to support local businesses and small shops, family-owned businesses, restaurants. It's like a really big part of the community there. Just absolutely love coming out and helping those family-owned businesses run in Washougal. So the third pro to Washougal is the proximity to larger cities. So Washougal is ideally situated for those who want peace and quiet without sacrificing the convenience, but it does have quick access to Vancouver and Portland. So like in like 20 or 30-minute drive, you can get to the bustling city life and more jobs, more shopping, entertainment. And Washougal is also great for commuters. I know a lot of residents commute into Portland for work or commute into Vancouver for work, and they can still enjoy their time in Washougal in that more relaxed pace of life. The number 4 pro for Washougal is the affordable housing options. I mean, compared to Vancouver and Portland, Washougal does offer more affordable housing options, especially for first-time buyers or for those seeking kind of larger lots. With a median home price of around $699,000 so far, in Washougal, you will also find a variety of homes, from these cozy little farmhouses to the more modern riverfront homes. There is literally something for everyone's taste and budget, in town, out of town. Also, Washougal is growing in popularity. Property values have been steadily climbing, making it a smart investment, but it's also seeing quite a bit of overflow from Camas next door because it's just a little bit more affordable. All right, the fifth pro is that Washougal is a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. Like, people love it here. If you love the outdoors and you want quick access to things like the Columbia River, to the gorge, to the mountains, it just makes it all really easy. And with plenty of hiking, fishing, and kayaking, or camping, or floating the river, or swimming, I mean, I could keep naming things, but outdoor recreation is practically a way of life here. So they also have like cycling and running trails, and they're perfect for staying active and soaking in the area's natural beauty. Honestly, like, one of my favorites right now has to be to park at Steamboat Landing Park and make my way east past Cottonwood Beach and around the Steigerwald Lake National Wildlife Refuge. I love to get on my bike, and like, you can bike the path. Just keep in mind, there's not a lot of trees in Steigerwald, so like, to go under. So make sure you bring plenty of water. And also, like, a little fun tip, bring your swimsuit, because after you're done biking through Steigerwald, you can go stop at Cottonwood Beach and go for a swim in the river. Also, another reason people love it is like, there's mild summers, and it creates the ideal weather for enjoying all of these outdoor activities that I just named without like the super extreme heat of, like, say, Phoenix, Arizona, or Dallas, Texas. So the 6th pro to Washougal are just the good schools. It's great for families. The Washougal School District is a huge draw. They have a very engaged community with the parents, the teachers, and the students. You know, they kind of all work together. I've heard really positive things from my friends who have kids in the district. And so if you've got more questions about it, obviously check out niche.com. You can get all sorts of information on there, like class sizes, information. And also there's like a little section of Washougal that can also go to Camas High School. So it just kind of depends where in Washougal you end up, but make sure you check it out. The 7th and final pro to Washougal is there are growing local amenities. So the town is growing. It is still very small, but the offerings are expanding with kind of like a riverfront development. There's going to be some new restaurants, some new shops, definitely some recreation spaces along the Columbia River. I can't wait till these are more up and going, but they're going to attract more residents and visitors to the area. Other than that, some other additions over the past few years that I have absolutely loved are the food cart pod at Ashwood Taps and Trucks, the waffle cart. There's a shave ice place, which is pretty good. And these allow for more options. And you know, there's established eateries like the Washougal Times, where you cannot go wrong with their daily specials, like whatever it is, just get it. And then obviously the burgers at K&M Drive-In are some of the best in the area. So there's tons available. So now on to some of the cons of Washougal. Okay, yes, it's rainy and cloudy and the weather kind of sucks. So if you're not a fan of gray skies, Washougal's climate, or just Southwest Washington, could definitely be a drawback for you. The rainfall kind of being a biggie. The town experiences a lot of rain, especially in the fall and the winter, because you're close to the gorge. So short winters, but they're kind of damp. They got some snow. You know, they can feel chilly because it's that damp cold, but it's okay. The number 2 con is there's limited shopping and nightlife and like kind of the entertainment thing. So Washougal's charm lies in its simplicity, right? I feel like we've talked about that a ton during this, but while it is growing, it doesn't yet compete with larger cities in terms of all the variety. So like, most of your shopping can be found within like 15 minutes north, up 162nd in Vancouver. And there are a bunch of great local restaurants and shops, but you'll need to venture out to find any major retailers like Target. So don't expect any bustling bars or trendy clubs. Although maybe you could go to the Washougal Times, it might be hopping in there. So definitely expect to travel also for 20 to 30 minutes to get any sort of large entertainment. You know, if you want a music venue or something like that, it's just not quite there yet, but it will be soon. So yet. The 3rd con is the growing pains that Washougal has experienced. So the residents are noticing changes, both good and bad. You know, you're seeing increased developments and new housing, new businesses. They are super great, right? I as a realtor, yes, but they can lead to traffic congestion, you know, kind of the loss of that small town vibe. And you're also going to see some higher home prices as time passes because more people are moving here. While still affordable compared to like Portland, the demand for houses is rising and it is driving the costs up here in Washougal. The number 4 con is the limited local job opportunities that they have in Washougal. You know, the local economy is improving, but many residents, still are working in Vancouver or in Portland, and there are very few large employers in Washougal. So most jobs people are commuting out for and then commuting back in, but you will definitely have these longer commutes if you work in Portland, because traffic on I-5 or 205 can definitely be a challenge during the peak hours. All right, so the number 5 con of Washougal has to be the freaking allergies. So something I have started to suffer with more as I've aged has been these seasonal allergies. And with its lush vegetation here, it comes plenty of pollen. Usually my bad times in the year are like springtime when everything is blooming. And then around, I'd say it's like the end of June or July, when they decide to hay the field next to my house. I'm just like, oh my gosh, enough. My eyes like water. Also, mold is a concern here because of how much it rains and how wet it is. Mold issues in homes, if not properly managed, can sometimes get out of control. But don't think you're not going to have some mold. I think like 9 out of 10 houses that I do help people purchase, like there's going to be some form of microbial growth in the attic. And the last and final con to Washougal is, the smaller shopping and dining scene. I know we talked about it a little bit, but while Washougal is growing, it doesn't yet compete with larger cities in terms of the variety. There are many fewer options to choose from. Didn't say they're bad, there's just less. And while there are great local restaurants and shops, you'll need to venture out to find those high-end dining or major retailers. So is Washougal right for you? So please drop your comments or thoughts down in the comments below and let's start a discussion. I want to know your thoughts on Washougal. So Washougal, Washington is a pretty cool place and offers a blend of natural beauty, community, and convenience. For those who value that outdoor adventure, a little bit slower pace of life, and proximity to urban areas, it's really hard to beat. However, I kind of alluded to this in the beginning of the video, but if you need consistent sunshine, a vibrant nightlife, or immediate access to big city amenities, you might find Washougal's charm a little bit less appealing. It's okay though. As a local realtor and a transplant myself, I've seen firsthand how Washougal appeals to families, retirees, and professionals alike looking for a change of pace. And if you are curious about whether Washougal could be your next home, I would love to help you. And you can reach out to me via email, text, or DM on the socials at Realtor Cass. Per the norm, contact information is down below in the description, or you can scan this QR code to put my contact right in your phone. Or, if you want to know more about the other suburbs of Vancouver that are available outside of Washougal, make sure you check out this video right here, where I go over all of the other cities you should know in Southwest Washington. Hey, so I appreciate you spending time with me today. I am Cassandra Marks. I am a farmer, a friend, and a guide to Southwest Washington. And until I see you again.